For joining us on 2K. Understand the postseason is just around the corner now. How hard is it to stay focused when you know the season is coming to an end?
Well, it's certainly hard for those teams that have locked in their spots. It's very easy to lose focus here in the home stretch. But for those still fighting for a spot, finishing well in the regular season has got to be the priority.
Now let's take a look at Toronto's starting lineup. Barnes is the 4 with Pirtle in the middle. The perimeter filled up by Barrett and Ingram. And it's quickly in at the point guard position. Here's Toronto with the ball. It's a three-point game. Their last encounter in Toronto.
And they got into a consistent offensive flow, largely because the defense they were facing was poor.
Yeah, but even against weak defense, your execution still matters. Luckily, they were able to take advantage.
And so it's Harris with it. He brings it up for Detroit. Last game matched up with the Thunder. Tough loss there.
It's never easy to win games when you're missing free throws. They had to be better.
Well, if you want to win away from home, quite simply, you have to make your free throws.
Here's Quickly, following the three-pointer by Detroit. Pass to Pirtle. And here's Quickly from deep. Knocks down the triple.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Here's Jenkins, 15 in his last outing. Inside, it's tipped and stolen by Barrett. And a fast break now for the Raptors. And he hammers it home to polish off the break.
He's an opportunistic scorer in the open floor. Barrett makes sure to take advantage of these chances whenever he can.
Well, you need a real big-time star to win in this league. And Grant, the Pistons have that in Cade Cunningham.
Oh my, B.A. It took until year 4 for him to really break through. Already a player who can impact the game in so many ways, but when his numbers go up across the board, that's doing something special.
Duren, and the dunk by Duren.
Physical play by Duren at the rim, which doesn't allow much room for interference.
Quickly passes to Barrett. Pirtle with a screen on Robinson. And it's Barrett off the drive. The three from Barnes. Rebound Detroit.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on it when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Robinson finds some space. Gets a very good look and converts. Robinson's got 5.
Well, this is Robinson at his best. He can really do damage off the catch.
And so now a timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players.
Here we go. Time to get loud now. We go. Pistons.
Checked in for Detroit. Sasser comes in for Jenkins. And with some time here, let's see which teams have been terrors in transition over the last month of play. Number 5, the Raptors.
They've done a great job using their defense to create for them on offense. Turn it over against this team, and you're going to be in trouble.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, Scotty Barnes letting everyone know. He said, I'm a great defender. I feel like it doesn't really get talked about enough. I guard whoever, 1 through 5. That's what I pride myself on and what I'm ready to do every time I step on the floor. Back to you.
A tone setter at that end. Thanks much for the report, Allie. Here's Sasser. Toronto making their last shot. From behind the arc. Offensive rebound. Can't connect from short range.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does. Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Or good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
That falls. Nice setup by Harris.
Nice read. Sets his teammate up. You like how they're sharing the ball.
Here's Dick. The three-pointer off the mark. Thompson right side. Here's Sasser. No good on the buzzer beater. And so the first quarter is in the books. Toronto out in front, leading by 4. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. You know, you take a look at the Raptors' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
Yeah, they've dictated the pace to this point, looking to run at every opportunity.
So for the Raptors right now, Emmanuel Quickly is out there with Walter. Then there's Dick, and it's Murray Boyles in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Dick. An 11-point game for him in the win against Orlando. Murray Boyles can't get it to go. The Pistons trailing. All right, on the line, we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
Well, excitement building in Ontario ahead of this coming May when the WNBA makes its long-awaited launch north of the border. The Toronto Tempo will become Canada's first ever WNBA franchise, and with that league finding a rhythm, this debut feels right on time.
It's a beautiful thing. Shams, appreciate the report. Now here's Dick, averaging around 6 a game. Here's Walter. Pass to Murray Boyles. Here's Quickly. Shot clock at 6. From downtown. Oh, he missed that one. 1 for 3 in this one so far. Now here's Sasser, guarded by Quickly. Herter can't hit. Toronto has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Dick, the pass to Quickly. Here's Murray Boyles. As far as his production, he's averaging about 8 points per game. Now here's Sasser. The D's right on him. Outside Herter. Fires from deep. And it's Toronto with a rebound. Their last game, a win against the Magic. Looking to carry it into this one.
Great offensive game plan in that one. They put their guys in positions to succeed, and it really paid off.
And that was the kind of win a coach takes pride in. You lay out the strategy, and the players execute perfectly.
Timeout.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. The Pistons going with a whole new group out there. Toronto also changing it up. Barnes, he's checked in for Mamukelashvili. Ingram comes in for Dick. And Barrett subbed in for Quickly. 1:36 left in the first half. Thompson passes to Harris. Six on the shot clock. Barnes with the rebound.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
The shot by Ingram, no good. Pistons trail by 5. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thank you, guys. The Pistons are improving on both ends, but particularly on defense. Cade Cunningham said, everybody is stepping up on that end and taking the challenge to guard. We have a good system that allows us all to play our strengths. We're still hungry, though. We're not satisfied at all. EA, back to you.
More to prove. Okay, Allie, thanks for the report. And so here is Toronto, following the score by Detroit. The three from Barnes. Can't get it to go, making him 0 for 2. The Pistons have gotten just 2 of 6 field goals to go in the second. He drops it from range.
At this stage of his career, Harris is a floor spacer, asked to knock down threes.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Picked his pocket. And here comes the break. The finish! And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Good fast-paced play there. It's much easier to find a shot when you beat the defense back.
Down low. Shot to stop the run. Barrett can't hit from in close. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Detroit on top, up by 2. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Welcome to halftime. First up, let's check out what games are tipping off tonight. And this is totally off topic, but how did you guys feel about games on back-to-back nights?
I didn't mind back-to-back games, but what I really liked were back-to-back titles.
Yeah, I know a little something about that too, Shaq. I know it's pretty sweet.
Well, it sure is nice to see you guys agreeing about something for a change. Talking Pistons now. Close game so far for them.
They're riding the wave of enthusiasm in this arena.
Yeah, getting that boost of adrenaline. They're giving this crowd a show and trying to bring home the W. Thanks, as always, for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second half.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. One guy who's been getting it done is Duncan Robinson.
There's virtually nothing you can do to stop him. I mean, you can't even contain him. He's been that great.
Yeah, he makes defenses look utterly helpless. It's like pick your poison trying to contain him.
Harris and Duren together in the middle. Then it's Duncan Robinson, then it's Thompson, and it's Jenkins in at the point guard position. That's J.B. Bickerstaff's 5 as we get going in the second half. The three from Quickly, sinks it from distance. Quickly's got 6. And when a team is able to play different ways with lineup versatility, how valuable is that to you as a coach?
Well, look, B.A., the best teams simply have to be able to win in different ways. They've got to be able to win with their offense, win with their defense. They've got to be able to win in an up-tempo game. They've got to be able to win in a grinded-out half-court game. If you've only got one way you can win, the best opponents will be able to take that away. Versatility is a must.
And the dunk by Duren.
He is ferocious on alley-oops. With his good hands and wingspan, Duren makes for an easy target on the lob.
Now here's Quickly. He's got 6. Here's Ingram. Shoots over Thompson. And he gets the kind bounce as that one drops in. Ingram's got his second basket.
Well, Ingram's very efficient when he gets the ball that close to the basket.
Pass to Harris. Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by Ingram.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
Well, Grant, Tobias Harris has been around the league. What's his best asset?
You know, I think it's his reliability and versatility. Harris is always on the floor, having led the NBA in games played multiple times. And he just gets the job done.
Now here's Thompson, providing this team some offensive stability. A little over 10 points a game. Pass to Harris. Outside Robinson. He buries it from 3. Robinson's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Robinson not afraid to let it fly from deep. You gotta get out on him.
Quickly deciding where to go with it. Robinson with a steal. And here they come. Harris passes to Thompson. Back to Harris. Thompson with a screen. From outside, off the mark.
Well, clearly it hasn't been his best game offensively, but collectively, they've still found a way to get the lead.
Quickly passes to Barnes. And here's Ingram outside. Sends it home from 3-point land. Ingram's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, I can tell you as a coach, you've got a lot of confidence in Ingram taking that shot.
Here's Harris. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
He hasn't been at his best this quarter. I'd like to see him be a little more patient.
And playing very well here in the second half. I mean, their shooting percentage is now over 50% from the field.
Here's Jenkins. Still no points. Misses off the right iron.
Well, I hate to say it, but he hasn't done a lot to help their cause tonight. He's been a little erratic from the floor.
Shot is good by Barrett.
And I love the confidence from Barrett. He enjoys finding room inside and capitalizing.
And here's Harris. 5 points in the game. Robinson for 3. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Raptors out in front, up by 5. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. So for Toronto right now, Walter out there with Emmanuel quickly. And it's Murray Boyles in at the center position. Good D by Duren. Pistons trail by 5. Outside Herter. Pass to Sasser. Here's Holland. Back to Sasser. Clock at 6. Detroit moving the ball around. Herter from long range. No good. Toronto leading by 5. Here's Walter. He's checked by LeVert. To the inside. Murray Boyles can't get it to go.
Well, with his team leading, he might just want to put that one in his pocket next time.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. Oh, a gorgeous feed. He hammered it down.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. And the Pistons will go for a different look here. Tobias Harris checked in for Holland. Thompson comes in for Levert. Robinson, he's checked in for Herter. Jenkins comes in for Sasser. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I was able to listen in on what Darko Rajakovic was going over with his team. Coach was blunt with his assessment. He said to throw out everything that happened until now. It is a brand new game, and it's only a few minutes. Leave it out on the floor. Back to you guys.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Now here's Barnes. Outside Ingram. Barnes a screen from about 19. Oh, it's off!
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good luck. Just couldn't find the mark.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Buries it from outside!
Well, for his career, Duncan Robinson is about a 40% three-point shooter. So he's got a permanent green light.
Oh, the feathery touch. Dropped it right over the rim.
Well, just huge points there from Ingram. His length is so often an advantage in those situations.
Banks it home. Big shot.
What a huge bucket by Harris, coming up big.
And so it's Ingram with it. He brings it up for the Raptors. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Oh, touches it off the glass. Detroit has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Harris fires. Yes, using that window.
What a play by Harris. When he's called upon by his squad, he rises to the occasion.
Yes, sir! Bank it in the layup.
Oh, that's a big bucket. Putting the offense on his shoulders right there.
Here's Harris. 14 feet away. Cleared away by Ingram. The Raptors with a lead. It's Barnes on the wing. Pounded by Harris. Left side Ingram. Barnes outside. He launches. Shot's no good. What a huge trip here.
Absolutely. You can feel the energy in this arena. There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Ingram. It's cleared away by Thompson. The Pistons on offense. So far in the fourth, they've allowed just 6 points. 2-second difference between shot and game clock. Barnes against Harris. Here's Thompson. Oh, money!
Here's my question. Where is the defensive communication?
Well, I can tell you, this kind of defense will drive coaches crazy.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. All right, thoughts on what coach is going to do here?
I would honestly attempt to get the ball near the rim because even if the shot doesn't fall, a quick putback will suffice.
quickly. And the three misses. So it's a narrow victory for the Pistons, pulling it out for the W. What a performance they had here at home today.
I'll tell you what, these are the ones that are so nice to win and so tough to lose. I love being on the edge of my seat, never knowing what would happen next.
All right, let's go courtside to Allie LaForce with our player of the game. Allie, it's all yours.
Duncan, you heated up and you had this crowd bouncing in the stands. Must have been an incredible feeling.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can make a couple in a row feels good. Even better, you know, when you got this fan base behind you. So it just means a lot to being here and just finish off with a win.
You had the green light and you took advantage. Thanks, Duncan.
All right, Allie, thanks. Great stuff there. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson signing off. And now, our player of the game.